a couple months ago, maybe it's just a month ago, it seems longer, but probably just a month ago. I want to encourage every man I know to go to this boot camp. I'll be promoting big time. There's one in the fall, one in the spring, but just share a quick word and then get a card from him. It's something I, as the leader of CBMC here, I'm one of the guys go. It's really good. So you want to share a little bit?
Sure. Although I got to share my CBMC story. So about 40 years ago, I was a young businessman within early 20s. And I was in Madison, Wisconsin, and there's a CBMC in Madison, Wisconsin. What they would do is a monthly luncheon, and you just invite a businessman to come to lunch, and then they would share a testimony, and then go out and visit them, every month. And then a guy named Lou King was the head of CBMC there. He invited some young businessmen, which I was one of them. He had no clue what he was doing. And we did Operation Timothy at his house. I was telling Mary Ann that when we wrapped that up, and I wish I had this, it's probably been thrown away, but it was a baton that each one of the guys, Lou gave each one of us a baton, and we all had our names signed on there. And that was pretty cool. And then I got connected with your dad, and I'm on the Ministry of Men board, and so Charlie was a great guy, and loved him as well. So Wild at Heart, the book Wild at Heart was written about 20 years ago. It says there's a battle to fight, there's a beauty to rescue, there's an adventure to live, and in every man's heart you have that. You see that in the Bible, you see that in about every movie you watch. And we, about 3 years ago, during COVID, I started leading Wild at Heart studies on my porch. We're 6 feet apart. And we also did Becoming a King, which is a younger version of Wild at Heart that was written by one of the guys on the Wild at Heart team. And Wild at Heart does a boot camp in Colorado, but you have to sign up for a lottery to get in. And they realized that not every guy can get in, and so we started, they've given it to us as a gift, and we have a team that leads the Wild at Heart boot camps. We do one at High Hill Christian Camp. That was one that Chuck was just at. And we're doing one in October at Eagle Sky Camp of the Ozarks. It's a church camp on steroids. It's Bass Pro meets church camp. They could have 1,000 guys there. The bunks are made out of cedar. So anybody can get in those bunks and sleep, which is not normal for church camps. And Brenton, he's one of our, we call him repeat offenders. These guys have been there more than once. And but they're an amazing 4-day, 3-night retreat with God. And just to get away with God and get away and kind of quiet your life. And we just kind of challenge you to grow with him. So it's not a silent retreat. We're not going to wake you up at 2 in the morning and make you swim a lake, but it's more just that one-on-one time away with God. So I've got, it's wildheartstl.com. If you don't get one of these, just go to wildheartstl.com, but I got these cards as well that talk about it. So
Thanks. Appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, man.